Joining me now is Steve Chaggaris, CBS News political director. Steve, we learned the pronunciation of Delawareans, and we also learned that Democrats now have 41 votes. Is a filibuster imminent?
I would say so. That's the hinting. We've got a lot of hints from Republican leaders and from Republicans today. That's the direction they're going to go. It's really the only direction they can go, it seems, at this point, if they want to get Gorsuch through. Unless there's some kind of deal made in the next few days, I think what you'll see later in the week is the vote on cloture, which the Republicans don't have enough to end cloture. You need 60 votes for cloture. And at that point, I think you'll see the Republicans move to change the rules of the Senate, which is what the, quote, nuclear option is.
Well, walk us through that nuclear option. It is what exactly, and what would it mean not only for this particular nomination, but looking ahead? How would it change things fundamentally?
So until a few years ago, judicial nominations, you had to have a procedural vote to stop debate on a judicial nomination, which means you need 60 votes to stop that debate. Well, in 2013, when the Democrats were in charge of the Senate, they were having trouble getting some votes on some of their judicial nominees, and so they changed the rules, what they called the, quote, nuclear option at the time, which changed the rules so you only needed 51 votes to end debate. But it didn't affect Supreme Court nominees at that point. Well, now we're at a point where a Supreme Court nominee is threatened for debate not to end, which is, quote, a filibuster. And Republican leaders are saying, fine, we're going to go ahead and change the rules. You only need 51 votes to change the rules. And they have those 51 votes. There are 52 members of the Senate that are Republicans. So they can change the rules. And then the rules would just require 51 votes to end debate, ending the filibuster.
So if Democrats now have 41 no votes and they can filibuster, which means debate forever, they know that that's not going to prevent the nomination of Gorsuch because the Republicans have this counter move. So is the nomination in danger? Is this merely symbolic? Where does this all shake out?
Well, so keep in mind what the Democrats are doing. There's a political reason for it. There are a lot of Democrats and liberals who have been pressuring Democrats to oppose this nomination as much as they can. And so by not supporting cloture or by pushing for a filibuster, that's about the most they can do in the minority, is to try to stall this as long as possible, knowing that the outcome might not be what they want it to be, which is derailing his nomination. But a lot of this has to do with, one, Donald Trump winning and the fact that Democrats around the country are not happy about that, but also because of Merrick Garland, who was the nominee of Barack Obama last year to the Supreme Court. We're talking about the same seat, by the way. And Merrick Garland was Obama's nominee. He never even got a hearing. And so Democrats are still burned by that because of Republicans holding that up. And so they told Democratic members of the Senate, do whatever you can to block this. And so that's what they're doing. But we know what the outcome is going to be. The rules will be changed likely, and Republicans will get Gorsuch through at the end of the week.
Now, if memory serves, President Trump has indicated in the past that he supports the nuclear option, the ending of the filibuster. Is that likely to be his position going forward? Is that what is anticipated?
Absolutely. And it's interesting. So, Trump says he wants this, but, everybody has to remember that this could come back and bite you in the future. And so Democrats are seeing it now. Democrats voted for the nuclear option in 2013 with the other judicial nominations, and now it's coming back to bite them. If Republicans ever wind up in the minority, this will be their problem, where they won't really have much of a say or much of a leg to stand on if there's a nominee that they want to try to slow down, because there's no slowing these things down anymore once those rules are changed.
It's the Abilene paradox. The Abilene paradox is the paradox of nobody in a given family wanting to go to Abilene, Texas, but somehow they end up in Abilene, Texas.
What's so wrong with Abilene?
It's a famous paradox. I'm sure Abilene is a wonderful place, but in our fine universities in this country, the Abilene paradox. Nobody wants to end up in this future where, depending on what side of the majority you are at a given moment, you are at the mercy of that 51, and yet it appears inevitable that that's where we're going. Steve Chaggaris, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony.